There's no such thing as talking about mental health without talking about Wall Street drug profits.
Wow.
They go hand in hand.
Come on.
Psychiatric medication is a $30 billion a year industry. You're talking big bucks for small pills.
Wow.
You see?
Yeah.
So now, when you look at third grade and you look at the criteria for ADHD, a lot of what you need to display to be classified with it could be arguably considered normal behavior for an 8, 9, 10 year old.
Right.
You see the contradiction right there,
Yeah.
right there from the beginning.
Yep.
Has trouble sitting still.
Yeah.
He's in the third grade.
Right.
Has difficulty paying attention. He's in the third
Third
grade.
grade.
Has trouble playing quietly. He's in the third grade. So at what point is this mental illness versus you practicing discrimination against traditional male behavior?
Oh, shout out to Sight Buff. She called me a grifter. I appreciate it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you. But going back to the topic, when it comes to psychiatric medicines, I do know some stories, and I do have a personal story I like to share about what he's talking about as well. But yeah, pharmaceuticals is big, especially in these elementary schools. If you guys don't know and everything about that, and the thing is, they do try to push into more of the black kids because I don't know why they feel like with black kids, where they do some of them that might be abnormal or the white kids doing everything, they'll try to prescribe it with some type of some medicine, psychiatric medicines to kind of calm that down and everything. But needless to say, I do want to hear you guys. So, hi, Brownie, what's your take about what Dr. Moore was talking about psychiatric medicine and passing on to the elementary schools?
No, but what he's saying is true because sometimes when especially with a black child, sometimes when he having a certain level like intellect, they're always trying to seem that there's always something mentally wrong with him or psychologically wrong with him. So they put him as an outcast them from the other students, where other students still have the same issues than our other counterparts. So what he's saying is true. I just laugh because this is Umar. Like Umar, he always used the same talking point over and over and over again. So that's why I just be laughing. I'm like, but what he's saying is actually true that sometimes they will diagnose your kids falsely just to prove a point, and not only that, but make your kids more less functional than actual functional. If you catch my drift. So that's why I say I get what Umar is saying because I did research on what he's saying, and it's a well-known fact. What he's saying is it's a well-known fact. But however, at the same time, it should be used as an excuse when parents should be the one making sure you educate your kids the proper way, even if you think the school system is not doing so. And not only that, you not have to always do what the school system is telling you. Your school system is telling your kids need to be mentally diagnosed, and you disagree with that. You the parent. You don't have to do it. But most parents go along with the school system because they think the school system is always right, but sometimes the school system can be wrong. Go ahead again.
So funny enough, I had went through this with my nephew, like when he was like in like grade school, and we subsequently had to transfer him out of school because they said they would not allow him in the school if he doesn't take the medicine. So
That's great. That's good. That's great.
when they like sometimes, and this is what happens when you don't got people who don't have kids, and I don't want to say that. I don't want to be very discriminatory about this. Like some people who don't have kids or haven't been around kids don't understand them. We all know young boys have ton of energy to expound to release. So at a young age, they're hard to sit down and hard to do this. You have to get that energy out for them to be able to be calm and really more collective on that. And I didn't think they didn't understand that. But as soon as we got him into a school and we got him into sports, so a lot of that energy he had built up was going into sports. He didn't need to take no medicine. So this is why it's imperative to put your kids in activities so they can be calm and collective about things.
Facts.
Yeah, I got another situation too. It kind of happened with my brother. We went to the same charter school, but the thing is, he started in the charter school at elementary. Before I started at that charter school when I was in the middle school. But before that, I went to a private school. My first was it 2 to 3 years, and then I went to the charter school. So when I went to the private school, at that age, I didn't have those type of problems. But when my brother when we went to this charter school, I think he was in the second grade, and I was in the sixth, or I think I was in the seventh grade, and the teacher was trying to push him into taking the medicine and everything, because I guess he was acting act normal. But my thing is like, I know my brother. When he's at home, he doesn't act like that. But the thing is, it's like, the situation with my brother. If you don't take the medicine, then he'll have to transfer out. But I feel like, since my mom felt like she was going to the charter school, she just kind of, I don't know why I said she felt pushed in, but she felt like, he'll get a better education going to the charter school than going to the public school. So, my brother took that for the year, but the thing is, I see it, now, my brother's 20, I'm 33, my brother's 27, and, I just, every time, I go back home and see my brother, there's sometimes, or talk to him, I can hear that sometimes, more than times, I think my brother, he's suffering from clinical depression, because, I can hear it in his voice, and every time I be around him, I just feel something. It's always a depressed feeling I see my brother and everything, and I feel like that medicine did some type of damage to my brother and everything. And you're right about that, Ronnie. When the school kind of recommends stuff like that, you don't have to do it. You can pull them out, or you can take them to a clinical psychiatric, and also you can test your child to see if the child's okay or not. If the child's okay, you can get a paper note from the psychiatric and take to the school and say, hey, I took my son or daughter to get tested and found out he's okay and everything. So, but before a teacher says something like that, like you need to take some type of medicine, either that option, you can take your kid out of the school, transfer to a different school, or you take them to a psychiatric physician and test your kids out, make sure everything's okay with the kid. And everything's okay with the kid, you take that note and take to the teacher and say, hey, I'm not putting my kids on this type of medicine because, according to the psychiatrist, say my son is good. So yeah, it does go around in our community, especially in our Black community, in public schools, charter schools. If the Black kid acts, some type of way with bad behavior, even though it might be something happening from home, or his feelings might be hurt and everything. That's the teachers. What they do, they put the first resort and say, hey, we'll put him on education because he's not doing what he's supposed to do and everything. And I don't like that, and it's just crazy. So it like I said, it does happen around our public schools and in our below poverty schools, and it does. And when a child takes the medication, it really does affect them in the long run, especially when they're growing up and everything.
Look what
No, but
Shiesty.
it's facts. Go ahead. Okay.
No, you speaking fact, but look what Shiesty just said. She said,